G was in Moscow. I was in LA, Eric was in LA, Triple G's in Moscow, Canelo's in Mexico somewhere, and we're trying to put this fight together. He needs to get, naturally, Canelo's permission. I need to get Triple G's permission. And Triple G was in Moscow for the opening ceremonies of World Cup. Somehow we figured out a way, an hour afterwards, they came back with that last proposal. It met what Triple G wanted within 5 minutes. He said, no problem, Tom, make the fight. Tell him I'm going to come and knock out Canelo this time. And that's how it happened. And I have to say, out of respect to both guys, this is the second time that they're going to get in the ring. Unlike a lot of guys, a lot of champions talking about fighting each other, but they can't figure out a way to make the fight happen. There's much more at stake in this fight than any other fight because the financial position in this fight is so much bigger. So instead of two champions talking about fighting each other, these guys not only fought one time, they're fighting a second time. So out of that fact alone, you got to respect both Triple G and Canelo.
Not only the huge ramifications for each guy.
Absolutely. This is a legacy fight for both guys. This is, look, if Triple G wins this fight or retains his title, he breaks Bernard Hopkins' legendary record. Nobody thought anyone would break that record of 20 title defenses in the middleweight division. And if Canelo wins the fight, all of a sudden, not only is he the best middleweight, now he's in the discussion for best pound-for-pound fighter in the sport of boxing. He's going to unify the titles that we worked so hard to put together. That's another reason why Triple G took this personal and is so pissed off, because of Canelo's cancellation of the May 5 fight, it put that IBF title in jeopardy. IBF wound up stripping him because we were negotiating for the Canelo fight, and he's always wanted to unify the titles, and now he's pissed off about that. So he's not.
Triple G has to be pissed at Canelo, man. I want a big drama show. I really want a big drama show. I want Canelo to be knocked down a few times over, but then again, I'm emotionally invested in this because, again, I won't lie, I was expecting that 5th of May encounter. And you know what's really bad about this? Nobody's talking about that Canelo fight. Nobody. It's almost like what happened the first fight, people were convinced that Triple G won and there was no reason to make another fight. They made the other fight, right? And people got excited for that, including me. As soon as Canelo tested hot, there goes the hype. There goes all the hype, man. Especially in the US, right? In the US, man, you know, PEDs, they make them out to be something they're not. They're performance enhancing drugs. They're not necessarily the be all and end all of your athleticism, you know? I wish that the US market would, I don't want to say be more accepting of PEDs, but I wish they would be a little more like the Russians. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Just make a steroid league. Make a clean league, make a steroid league, you know? But it's all hype at the end of the day. If I had to be as objective as possible, I'd say Canelo is the more dangerous fighter walking into this fight, simply because he has so much to prove. He literally has to prove to his fans that he is worth the ticket. He has to prove to everybody that the first fight was a fluke. And he has to prove to himself that he's good enough to hang with the very best, ergo Triple G. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I am out.
Solution didn't work. But at the end of the day, an hour later, after this was dead, it wasn't even on life support. This fight was dead for an hour. Eric called me up. He said, look, I talked to Oscar. We have one last proposal for you. We have a deal that we think is going to meet what Triple G has wanted. And when they made the proposal, the thing that made all that a lot more complicated, Triple G.
Thank you very much for giving me this. And I appreciate my friends also. My wife and my girlfriend. My wife. Yeah, sorry to say. I'm so sorry, my wife. Listen, I love you so much. Aya, I love you so much from my heart.